1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. Pakistan and Djibouti have reiterated their desire to strengthen bilateral cooperation in the areas of commerce, culture and defence. Prime Minister has directed for giving top priority to provision of relief to domestic electricity consumers and ensuring uninterrupted power supply to industries. National Command and Operations Centre has developed National Immunisation Management System to ensure efficient supply chain of COVID-19 vaccine in the country. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 3 more Kashmiri youth in Srinagar today. In Afghanistan, Afghan security personnel have abandoned nearly 200 checkpoints in restive Kandahar province in recent weeks. UN says US President Trump's pardons of 4 Blackwater contractors convicted of killing civilians in 2007 Baghdad massacre is a violation of US obligations under international law. In Turkey, court has sentenced 92 defendants, including former high-ranking army officials, life imprisonment for their roles in the 2016 attempted coup. And now the news in detail. Pakistan and Djibouti have expressed the desire to strengthen bilateral cooperation in the areas of commerce, culture and defence. The understanding was reached during a meeting between President Dr. Arif Alvi and the visiting Djibouti parliamentary delegation in Islamabad today. The President said Pakistan wants to further strengthen defence and economic ties with Djibouti for mutual benefit of the two brotherly countries. He also sought the support of the government of Djibouti to expeditiously process and clear Pakistani goods at Djibouti port meant for Ethiopia and other destinations in the Horn of Africa. The President also highlighted the atrocities and human rights violations being committed by India against the Muslims population in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. President of National Parliament of Djibouti said Gwadar and Djibouti ports would help boost trade between the two brotherly countries. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed for giving topmost priority to provision of relief to domestic electricity consumers and ensuring uninterrupted power supply to industries. Chairing a meeting regarding energy sector in Islamabad today, he has expressed satisfaction over reforms being introduced in the energy sector. The Prime Minister emphasized that the reforms should be designed keeping in view the future needs and it should be long-lasting solution of the issue. The meeting discussed improvement in generation and transmission of electricity, making energy mix better and environment friendly. The Prime Minister, who was also briefed on the steps taken for relief of the common man and industry despite the COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says the government does not believe in political victimization, but Prime Minister Imran Khan will never compromise on the accountability. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, he said, National Accountability Bureau is an independent institution and the government has no influence over it. He said the law under which the NAB works has not been made by PTI, therefore it is not appropriate to link it with the party. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said there is accountability in every civilized society, but whenever the government carries forward the accountability process, the opposition leaders hide behind the allegations of political revenge. A delegation of Uzbekistan led by Minister for Transport Mahmoud Al-Qaum called on Minister for Railway Azam Khan Savati in Islamabad today. During the meeting, Trans-Afghan Rail project came under discussion besides cargo train service and other important issues. Under this project, Pakistan and Uzbekistan will be connected by rail link through Afghanistan. National Command and Operations Center has developed National Immunization Management System to ensure efficient supply chain management and administration of COVID-19 vaccine in the country. The initiative has been taken in collaboration with Ministry of Health, National Database Registration Authority and National Information Technology Board. The NCOC at a meeting in Islamabad today was informed that the government is in close liaison with leading COVID-19 vaccine manufacturers for its early availability in the country. The NIMS would enable automated phase-wise registration of citizens for COVID-19 vaccine through SMS internet portal based on CNIC numbers. Pakistan Navy today demonstrated its combat readiness through live weapon firing of surface to air missiles. The launched missiles successfully engaged intended targets. Chief of Naval Staff Admiral Mohammad Amjad Khan Niazi, speaking on this occasion, said the excellent demonstration of missiles firing speaks of Pakistan Navy's operational capabilities and war preparations. He expressed satisfaction over Pakistan Navy's operational preparedness. This is Radio Pakistan. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 3 more Kashmiri youth in Srinagar today. The troops also destroyed several residential houses. The family members and relatives of the martyred youth staged protest demonstration in Srinagar, Pulwama and Shopiyah. They said that the youth were students who were martyred in a fake encounter by the troops. Meanwhile, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference spokesman in a statement in Srinagar, while denouncing unholy nexus between Narendra Modi's fascist government and its judiciary against Kashmiri detainees, said that New Delhi is victimizing political prisoners, particularly women leader Asia Andarabi, for their political ideology. He said that draconian laws have been invoked against ailing Asia Andarabi and other Hurriyat leaders on malicious, false and fabricated grounds. In Afghanistan, Afghan security personnel have abandoned nearly 200 checkpoints in rest of Kandahar province in recent weeks. Kandahar Provincial Governor Hayatullah Hayat and a local lawmaker separately confirmed the situation to AFP, saying commanders would be disciplined for their actions. He said Afghan security forces have retreated from 193 checkpoints and outposts in Zaharai, Mewan, Aghdab and Panjwai districts. The Defence Ministry in Kabul denied the reports, insisting government forces have been making progress in the region. United Nations has said that U.S. President Donald Trump's pardons of 4 Blackwater contractors convicted of killing civilians in 2007 Baghdad massacre is a violation of U.S. obligations under international law. Head of the UN Working Group on the Use of Mercenaries, Elena Park, in a statement said the Geneva Conventions oblige states to hold war criminals accountable for their crimes even when they act as private security contractors. She said these pardons violate U.S. obligations under international law and more broadly undermine humanitarian law and human rights at a global level. Turkey and the United States have started talks to form a joint working group regarding U.S. sanctions imposed over Ankara's purchase of Russia S-400 missile defense system. Turkish Foreign Minister Mevlut Cavusoglu, while speaking at a news conference in Ankara, said meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo had now indicated interest in setting up a joint working group on this issue. And finally, the weather. Cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, very cool weather is expected in Upper Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Northern Balochistan, Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. Dense fog is likely to prevail in plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website video.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.